Okay, so I just saw the Chainsaw movie in theaters. Literally, I just got home from the theater watching it, and I would say that the Chainsaw Man movie, Reze Arc, was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I went into the movie fairly blind. I didn't watch the trailers. I didn't want to know about it. I haven't read the manga or anything like that. The only thing I've consumed of Chainsaw Man was the first season, and I watched it a little while ago. I did watch a recap of the first season before diving into the movie, so I would remember stuff going into it, which I'm glad I did because there was stuff I definitely forgot. I dived in completely blind, not necessarily knowing what was going to be happening in the movie. The only thing that I learned was when it said Reze arc, I just thought that was like the name of the arc, like something was going on. I didn't realize Reze was a person. That's like the one thing that I learned about going into the movie. That's the only thing that was spoiled for me, I guess. I don't know if that was obvious to everybody else, but for me, I had no idea Reze was a person. I'll give you my spoiler-free thoughts first, and then I will go into my spoiler talk. Top level, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the movie. The animation was really fun, really fun. The animation was well done, fast paced. It has a very, I mean, it's still Chainsaw Man, like upped a level because it's movie quality, but it has the Chainsaw Man look to the animation, which is a bit more stylized than your like average anime looks. I would say it's got like some sort of sheen filter over it. I don't know how to describe it in particular. I'm not an animator. I don't know. It looks Chainsaw Man just like upped a level for like movie presentation. The action was extremely well done. I had some complaints during the action, but that is because I saw the movie in 3D. That wasn't my intention going to the theater. I didn't know I was going to see it in 3D, but I went to the 7:30 showing of the movie, and that was like the only time. And I saw the dub, by the way. That was the only time. And when I got there, it said 3D. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching it in 3D now, which I didn't necessarily want to do, but I watched it in 3D regardless. I would have worn my contacts if I knew I was going to be watching a 3D movie, so I didn't have to put glasses over my glasses. So that probably affected me in some way watching the movie and the animation. There were certain parts where the animation and the fights got like super fast where I kind of lost track of it, and I think that was because of the 3D. If you're planning on seeing this movie and you haven't seen it yet, maybe don't watch the 3D. I think a lot of it was pretty good, fairly solid for a 3D movie. A movie that is in 3D. For the majority, almost the entirety of the movie, no real complaints about it being in 3D. Just like the last big fight scene, when it got real fast and real twisted. You know how in some anime, when they're really showing off how fast and intense a scene is, the animation starts like warping a little bit, and they don't look like people anymore. They just kind of look like fast moving blobs, that kind of thing. It made it hard to follow it when it was popping off the screen because some aspects were closer to me, some were further away, and the blurriness made it really difficult to super pay attention. And that could have just been me having a layer of glasses over my glasses, so they were further away from my face. I don't know. Regardless, besides that one little bit in 3D, movie was really good, well animated, well shot. The voice actors were absolutely incredible during this, and I was really interested in the story, and boy, did they make Reze for me in particular, which is crazy. that's insane. It's like, damn, I thought they made Makima for me. Crazy. No, they made Reze for me. Insane behavior from the studio. from the Chainsaw Man creator. I have a type and I know what it is, and that's what it is. They did it for me. But this story, the through line with Denji and Reze, I thought was really good. I enjoyed it. Maybe another complaint is most of the side characters weren't like in this all that much. They had some showings at the end, I would say, but they're kind of in it a little bit throughout the whole thing. And like, if you like Power, if Power is your favorite Chainsaw Man character, barely in it, unfortunately. So she's not particularly my favorite. I like her, she's great. Barely in it. Like, I thought she would show up during the fight, and there was a good moment they could have used her, but they just didn't. The guy with the mask, the plague doctor-esque mask, when he showed up, I feel like Power could have showed up in that moment instead, and it would have worked better for me personally. And Kabani, if that's how you're saying her name, I don't really remember. She was there for like a second, except for a different scene that she wasn't technically there, but she was shown in it. And my God, whatever. Spoiler-free thoughts. It was a really good movie. If you plan on watching it, absolutely go watch it if you're on the fence on it. I think it was a good time. Maybe don't watch it in 3D, but regardless, good movie. If you want to wait for like it to show up on Crunchyroll or wherever, that's fine too. I thought the animation was a step above a regular Chainsaw Man animation. I don't necessarily think seeing it on screen in a theater versus your television is going to be that much different. The audio, though, maybe you want to see it for that, because all the fight scenes and the voice acting really gets into your head with the giant surround sound audio that a theater has. So if you have got the funds, I say go see it in the theater. It's pretty good and realistic. I like that we've been getting a lot of anime movies. I've been really enjoying going to the theater to actually see anime movies, and we got a trailer for the Jujutsu Kaisen one that's coming up in December. So Sony's rolling them out, and I'm excited for that. And I want to see more of them. So if you want to see more movie level animations from arcs and stuff, go and support your local theater. That's how we get more. That was my top level thoughts, and I'm going to be moving into spoiler territory for the movie. So if you have not seen it, bye-bye, unless you really want to get spoiled and you don't care, which is also fine. So, are you gone? Great. I knew Reze was the fucking bad guy from the goddamn start. The moment she showed up, the moment her goddamn smile was on screen, I'm like, she is the bad guy. And I'm into that. No qualms about it. I knew from the start I was gonna be into that, and boy was I into that. That's insane. It was a little hard to tell with the 3D glasses because it does put like a slight filter over it, so the colors look a little different. I guess it's more purple. I was gonna say I thought she had blue hair, but I guess it's more purple. In the theater with the glasses, she definitely looked more blue. Oh, I'm seeing some differences. I'm seeing people draw her with blue, but more real ones are purple, so I'm gonna go with purple. I was gonna say I have a type for apparently blue-haired anime women, because they're always the second fiddle in like harems or love triangles or something like that, and they never get the guy. So I always think, oh, she's got blue hair. She's not gonna hold a candle to Makima by the end of this, I'm sure. And lo and behold, she kind of did. Like to be fair, like in my opinion, I think even though she was an evil bitch and was out to kill Denji, I don't know, I just loved their chemistry. Like, it was so fucking good. Maybe it was the voice actors in particular that kind of sold it on me, but honestly, the animation, how they were hanging out and how they were getting along with each other, I felt was extremely authentic, even if she was quote unquote lying, which kind of showed us at the end that she probably wasn't, and she actually does have feelings for him and had feelings for him in some way. I don't know. I bought it. I liked it. I liked them getting together. I liked her as a character. I love an evil woman that could kill me in any moment she chooses. So when she flipped around that knife wielding guy and choked him out to death, I wasn't surprised. I'm surprised at how she did it, but I just assumed she would be the bad guy the moment she showed up. Like, realistically speaking. I'm just looking at photos of her right now. I need to stop. She's hot. I need to stop. So it wasn't a surprise that she was the bad guy, and I think they played it off really well, though. While it wasn't a surprise, I think it was very satisfying how we got to it, and it did feel like the crush was real, the love was real, but my God, I don't know how it was in the manga, but damn, those animators were horny. She's naked almost the whole film. Like, the entire second half of the movie where they're fighting, she's basically just in her underwear the whole time with like some sort of like half dress in the front. And during the pool scene where they're both just fully naked, and I guess you don't have to censor boobs if there's no nipples on them. That's the kind of animation that they were doing. I've seen in like Ranma 1/2 where they just draw the full boob but don't put a nipple on it. So I'm like, okay, they're getting away with that, but you don't see that too often in anime, but they totally did it. Totally did it during this movie. So don't bring your kids. Straight up. Not that you should, because it was extremely gory to begin with, but yeah, just don't do it for the gore. Don't bring your kids for the gore, but also don't bring them for the titties, because they're out. They're there. They're super fucking there. Titties and ass. A lot of ass. A lot of ass. I did really like their chemistry, though. I thought they worked extremely well together, even if Denji's like a fucking idiot. But obviously she did come on super strong to him, so that felt a little out of place. So it would have been nice if it was a bit more subtle that she was the bad guy. I don't know. The second she showed up, I just kind of clocked it regardless. So it's kind of whatever. But they made her really cute. They made her hot. Makima was also fantastic in this too. But we have gotten more teases that she's also just probably bad guy as well at the end of this movie. Even though she went on like a nice little date with Denji right at the front, where they did a movie marathon where they hated most of the movies that they watched. They were all either boring or bad or whatever. Makima liked the music in one of them, but that was about it. And then they got to the last movie and like, oh my god, Denji's crying. He likes this movie. He has a heart. And then fucking Makima also crying, which is incredibly interesting because she doesn't seem to really show that many emotions. And the emotion she does sort of show in the show is, I want to say lustful, but I think that's just to mess with Denji and to get his emotions riled up so he would do what she wants. I don't trust her, obviously, and I haven't read the manga or anything, like I said earlier, so I don't physically know. And my theory now, and I'm so fucking stupid, it's probably a red herring, but right at the end of the movie when she fucking kills Reze, when Reze was about to go to the cafe and be like, Denji, I do love you. So fucking sad, by the way. So fucking sad. I wanted them to be together. Why can't they be happy? Whatever. When she basically has Reze killed, I guess she didn't kill Reze, but like the angel killed him or killed her, whatever. In my mind, I'm like, Reze knows who Makima is, obviously, because she was scared of her when she showed up. That's the fucking first thing. And they said earlier that Reze was working with the Gun Devil, like under him, particularly. I don't know how Bomb Devil's weaker than a Gun Devil. I know it's based off of fear, and fear makes it more. I don't know. I think I'd be more afraid of a bomb than a gun. And that's all I'm saying. Nukes are a thing. Is there a nuke devil? Is that different from a bomb devil? I don't know. Regardless. And I saw I feel stupid. Because Makima's eyes, I think Makima might be the gun devil. I don't know. This is probably a prevailing theory and has been for a while, but fucking Makima's eyes are bullseyes, and I did not put that together until she like kind of looked at Reze through the camera for us and was like really focused on her eyes in that moment. I'm like, oh, those are bullseyes. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I knew they were like a cool design, but every time I see them, I'm like, oh, that's the Renegon. And I know that's a different anime, but whenever I see lines and eyes like that, I think of the Renegon. So that's where my mind goes, and I don't think about it being a bullseye. But now it's like, oh, it's a bullseye. Is she the fucking gun devil? I don't know. I mean, she's probably not. Realistically speaking, she's probably not. And it's all just a red herring towards the audience. Like, oh, she's got bullseyes for eyes. And she's obviously super powerful in some way. Don't know how, though. She could be the rat devil. She appeared through rats, which was really fucking weird. I don't know what that was about. Plague devil? Plague devil. Hold on a second. I might be cooking here. What if she's the plague devil? I made a joke that she was the rat devil with my friend who was there. But what if she's the plague devil? That could be interesting. That would make sense why she has control of rats and she can like kill people from a distance which we kind of saw in the first season. I don't know. But backtracking a little bit, the main fight with Reze and Denji, I thought was phenomenal. Done really well. Not sure why Reze had to be naked the whole time. I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, fellas. But she was basically naked the whole time. She has basically the exact same powers as Bakugo. And she moved the exact same way. Basically, if you've seen My Hero Academia and how Bakugo moves, that's Reze. Straight up. Maybe to a higher degree. Well, I guess maybe not in this final season. Pre-war arc Bakugo. That's kind of how she moves. She's very fast. Well, maybe I would say they're about on par at this point, I would say, honestly. Like on a like a power ranking scale, I would say Bakugo and Reze might be on par with each other. Like current Bakugo in the show. Spoilers. Maybe not the manga. I don't know how strong he is in the manga. The fight was good, well animated, except for the moments in 3D where like they were moving so fast that they made them kind of blobs. And I usually like that sort of style in animation. When shows do that, because it just conveys that's how fucking fast they're moving. So I usually like it, but in 3D it didn't work for me. So again, I don't recommend watching it in 3D. You have the option. Most you would usually do, but I didn't for some reason for tonight. My mistake. I should have looked closer. Whatever. That was good. Fantastic. I don't know why the Typhoon Devil was a baby. If there's lore for that, like a yokai thing, let me know in the comments. Because most of the devils are like either adults or just the pure embodification of the thing. Like the Bat Devil was basically just a bat. So I don't know why the Typhoon Devil was a baby. I thought that was odd, but you know, whatever. I also don't know why she was working specifically with the Typhoon Devil. Maybe just because it was cool, and to have a joke about, they didn't make the joke, I made the joke about fucking Sharknado with the Shark Devil just flying around in the fucking typhoon. Obviously it's a typhoon and not a tornado, but close goddamn enough, you know what I mean? I really liked Reze as a character. Sucks that she's dead. I thought she was sick. Well, maybe she might not be. Technically speaking, she might not be. Makima had her attacked by the angel. The angel devil? Is that what he is? I don't know. And she was obviously dying, but I guess theoretically when they panned out from that shot after we saw Denji in the cafe, she was just gone. So, I mean, obviously I don't think Makima would want to leave her body there for Denji to find, but I guess it's entirely possible she just incapacitated her and then just took her. She could still be alive, theoretically. Because obviously we've seen several devils come back from way worse, including Denji, from in this movie. In this movie alone, bro was basically a torso at one point, several points, most points. A lot. He was a torso a lot of this movie. Reze was cut up a bunch too. So she's come back from worse. So as long as they're allowed to come back, they can come back. So I get theoretically Makima could have just taken her and she could still be alive. Interesting. Well, regardless, great movie, fantastic movie. If I had to give it a score, I want to say 8.5 out of 10. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I've seen better animated movies. I think the Demon Slayer movie was probably better. If I gave that one a score from earlier, I'd probably say like a 9.5, like a 9. So it was really good. I just think we could have gotten more from the side characters. And the animation was lacking in some small places, but regardless, it was fairly solid overall. The story was kind of like one note in like, this is what we're doing. The love interest is the bad guy. A little cliche, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. So yeah, I think 8.5 is fair. Maybe kind of leaning towards a 9, but I think 8.5. So that was my spoiler free and then my spoiler talk review of Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze arc. Hope you like this. We might do more in the future. The Jujutsu Kaisen movie is coming out in the December, so we might do this again for that. So if you're interested, let me know. And I will see you in the next one.